Moving on to the Major League Baseball playoffs, we are watching Game 4 of the American League Championship Series currently. Astros lead the Rangers 7-3. Rangers lead the series 2-1. But the road team has won every game so far in the series. And Astros are looking to keep that intact right now.
I said earlier, a little reminiscent of the 2019 World Series between the Nationals and the Astros.
Yeah.
It's funny enough. Where nobody won a home game.
Right. That was a fun and interesting series all at the same time. Let's recap the divisional round real quick. The Rangers swept the Orioles. We knew that already going into the last episode. And here they are in the championship series. Astros beat the Twins in 4 games. They made that one look, I would say, relatively easy.
Ooh.
Tough double play right there.
Play.
Did you get him?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, safe. I guess he missed him. Also, the Phillies took care of the Braves in 4 games. That was kind of a little bit of a surprise, but they did that same thing last year. The Phillies did. Nick Castellanos in that series became the first player. Hold on, we're gonna check the replay on this. He's out. Did he swipe his back?
It's tough. Did he get him? Bad view.
That's not going to tell you, but it's close. This might show it. Oh, did he?
It looks like he touched
his batting glove?
His batting glove.
Yeah. I don't think that counts, though.
Is that part of him?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's too fast.
Yeah. I don't know
They
if
might
I
not
could.
be able to overturn that.
I don't think you could either.
But this one right here.
How many damn angles I got? That doesn't say anything either.
Jeez, how did he back?
I think you got to give him.
I'm surprised he didn't manage to tag him.
See, this one looks like it for sure hits his glove, his batting glove. Yeah, it does. See now, but they say the laces on your glove don't count.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got to feel like a batting glove in the back pocket doesn't count. But it's worth the challenge, which is what they're doing.
It is worth the challenge.
Yeah.
I bet you, if he gets called out, he's not going to put his batting glove.
Yeah.
They
called him out.
I bet you he won't put his batting gloves in the back of his pocket anymore.
That's a tough one.
Wow.
That's a tough one.
Anyways.
Yep. So back to the Phillies-Braves series. Nick Castellanos became the first player in postseason history to have back-to-back multi-home run games. He hit 2 home runs in back-to-back games.
And I've said it before. If you're the first person to do anything ever in the history of baseball,
especially when it happens in the postseason,
it's impressive.
That's awesome.
It's very impressive.
Yeah. And then, of course, it was happening during our last episode. Dodgers just swept out of the playoffs by the Diamondbacks. Beautiful to watch. D-backs. Speaking of first-timers in the postseason, first team in postseason history with 4 home runs in 1 inning, and they did that in the clinching game.
That was the game that we were last podcast.
Yeah, we were kind of play-by-playing that inning. They damn near hit 5 with that foul ball.
Right.
That was almost a bomb.
That was bad. Well, it was good, but it was bad for them.
Right. But, impressive stuff by the D-backs. Got to give it to them.
Let me say, the Dodgers, they had the same amount of playoff wins as the Giants this year. Just put that in perspective.
I'll take it.
That's baseball.
That's baseball.
That is baseball. Yes.
I mean, we're here in the championship series with only one of the top 2 seeds of either side being at this round, and that being the Astros. So obviously, that shows that anything can happen in baseball, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Playing hot at the right time is what matters the most in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
In the playoffs.
And not to beat a dead horse, but to reiterate what we talked about last week in the potential flaw of this current playoff system, format, whatever you want to call it, with the top seeds getting like 4 days off coming out after the season ends. Yeah. But it is what it is. The Players Association and the union all agreed on this stuff, so you can't complain after it happens.
I heard a reporter talk to Mookie Betts post game after the Dodgers got swept, and they asked if he thought there was a flaw in the system, and he said, "No comment."
Yeah.
I mean, because Mookie Betts, you said you like Mookie Betts. I do too. I mean, he's like a stand-up guy. He says the right things. He's very well spoken. I wouldn't expect him to be popping off.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that he said no comment. Because I probably would have too. I've been like, I just don't.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, that's one of those things too. It's like each individual player has very little control over how things. They're there to play the game. Obviously, make some money while they do it because they can. But it's one of those things that how much can they really care?
Exactly.
All right, so like we said, Rangers lead the Astros 2-1 in this series. Game 3 was a nice win for the Astros.
It was a must win.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, they won 8-5. Kind of balls flying out all over the place, kind of like they have been today in today's game. They're looking to tie up the series right now. Over on the National League side, Phillies lead the Diamondbacks 2-1. Arizona, similar situation where they kind of had to win today, and they did. Walk-off base hit by Ketel Marte in the 9th inning of today's game.
I didn't see this. I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great for them.
Yep. So
they needed it because it looked like they were.
Yeah, after last game.
It was looking like, in my opinion, a sweep. Glad they got
right.
a win, a must-win, just like how the Astros need one yesterday.
Yeah, that was a big game for them. Got the walk-off hit by Marte, and they're back. They're back in the series as of right now. Phillies have just been hitting bombs left and right in the playoffs. They had 6 home runs between the first 2 games of this series, so they're a hitting machine. I mean, Schwarber just teeing off left and right. Castellanos, of course. Trey Turner's having a good postseason. They're like we had that little group chat with Sal talking about it a little bit. They do just feel like they're built for the postseason.
Yeah.
They hit tanks and their pitchers are good.
It feels like the Diamondbacks aren't ready to be here. They're ahead of schedule.
Right. I mean, they're an 84-win team that's young, made the playoffs for the first time in a while.
It's looking good for them.
Yeah.
Like us Giants fans, it kind of sucks because we have the Dodgers who are a powerhouse, and all of a sudden we have these guys we got to worry about behind us.
And I know the Padres have been disappointing at times, but they still made the championship series last year. They have been spending a lot of money. We're looking like the 4th team in the totem pole in the National League West right now.
Also, my Braves pick done.
Gone.
About time.
Well, my Padres pick didn't even make the playoffs, and I had them playing the Astros, I think.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I think
we both had the Astros.
Astros, Braves.
Yeah.
I was feeling nice about that for a little bit.
So, I mean, we still have the Astros to hang on for a little bit. But
a couple notes on the Rangers-Astros series. I mean, Bochy versus Dusty.
It's pretty awesome, yeah.
It's happening.
I'm more on the Bochy side because he actually brought more to the Giants organization.
Of course.
Obviously championship-wise, but
7 consecutive LCS appearances for the Astros. Mind you, they came to the American League.
Yep.
In
2013.
2013.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So it's, I mean,
the American League's like, why did we get these guys of all teams?
So you do the math. I mean, that's out of 10 years, they made 7 of those.
That's
in a row.
pretty damn crazy.
Do you know who? You probably know this because I found this out yesterday through SportsCenter. Do you know who has the second most postseason home runs of all time?
Well, Kyle Schwarber. No.
He's like 5 or 6 on the list.
Okay, so maybe I read that he tied Reggie Jackson on the list.
He's a little. I checked yesterday. He's a little more down.
So this is an active player.
Yeah.
Second most home runs in postseason history, and he's in the playoffs right now.
Yes.
Wait, give me a second. Altuve?
Yes.
Yeah.
25.
Damn,
and
really?
Can you guess who number 1 is? Do you know who number 1 is?
I'm thinking. That's a fucking tough one. I was gonna say maybe A-Rod, but
same era, but not A-Rod.
Big Papi?
Same team.
Manny Ramirez?
Yes.
Okay.
With 29. Altuve, the way the Astros are going to the playoffs, he's gonna. I mean, in my opinion, he's gonna pass. He can pass Manny this postseason.
How many is he behind?
He has 25. Altuve and Ramirez has 29.
He may not pass him this postseason, but if they keep going to the playoffs, he's gonna get there, right?
I mean, Altuve, I know, cheating, the wire, all that. But the fact that this guy is like 5'5", and he has that guy right there, has the second most postseason home runs. The dude's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole...
That's the only thing that's going to keep him, maybe in not first ballot kind of situation.
But that's impressive. Obviously, Ramirez been popped for PEDs, and that sucks.
Right.
But I was pleasantly surprised to hear that Altuve is second on the list. Well,
he's kind of one of those guys that is kind of like a feel good situation for baseball and anyone who he kind of proves that anyone can play baseball. Mm-hmm. Doesn't like you look at Big Papi, kind of chunky guy back in his day, was he's a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
Jose Altuve, who was 5'6" or whatever he is, 150 pounds, is a Hall of Fame caliber player.
Well, there's that picture that I think you've seen and baseball fans have seen of it's Astros playing the Yankees and Altuve, or it's like Altuve next to Aaron Judge.
Yeah, yeah.
And Judge is towering over him, but they both play the same game.
Right. That's the one thing I've always really appreciated about baseball is it doesn't matter how big you are, you can be, as long as you put in the work, you can be a good player.
And he can hit the high fastball for being how short he is.
Well, that's the thing is like the way it works is like the tall guys hit the low ball better and the short guys hit the high ball better.
Last thing I'm going to say about this series, obviously both these teams are both in Texas. One plays in Houston, one plays in Arlington, the Rangers. And do you think, I looked last night, and Devin convinced me that they probably do this, but do you think that they fly or they drive?
I would say they fly.
Because it is an hour 15 flight from the Houston airport.
Yeah, they definitely fly then. Yeah. I can't, because it's probably like a 3-hour drive, I would guess.
I think, man, I want to say it was, when we looked, it was like 5. So
5? Oh, yeah, they definitely no drive. Yeah.
I understand, yes, like Devin said last night to me, it is a big state.
Yeah.
So I just think it'd be kind of cool. It's kind of like when it's not like the Kings Warriors last year where they definitely.
Oh yeah, they're taking a bus or a car. Or
I just kind of thought, I wonder if they bus, but an hour 15 flight, they.
Yeah, I mean that's like the difference between driving to Santa Barbara or flying to Santa Barbara from here.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
good way to put it. Also, didn't realize there's. I guess I kind of knew, but I kind of didn't. There's only 2 teams in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 4 in California. 5? 4?
5, yeah. 5, yeah.
I guess I figure at least they have a Dallas team.
Well, that's the Rangers, because Arlington's right next to Dallas.
Well, but I guess the name is just Texas all around.
Right, yeah.
They could probably get away with having, maybe not Dallas because it is close to Dallas, but I'm just surprised Texas doesn't have more than 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think.
You could do like a San Antonio.
Like San Antonio is the only other city that has a sports team, right? Or a professional sports team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because really the Rangers are your Dallas-based team. Because Arlington and Dallas are pretty damn close to each other.
And I'm not sure if San Antonio. I mean, it's a good basketball market, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good enough baseball market.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they don't even. I mean, basketball is the one. Yeah, so I think that'd be kind of tough. I guess like you could try Austin, but Austin has a soccer team, so that's kind of one of those cities.
Like you're not going to be like El Paso.
No, well, definitely not. All right, let's move on.